for sleep hypnosis for nervous system reset because the body is tired but the signal is still high, that is the exact place this session begins, not with a fight against the mind and not with another demand to relax perfectly. This is deep sleep hypnosis for a wired nervous system. Calm body fast. I'm Lincoln Hanley. The message is direct because the need is direct. Wired body off. Do not listen while driving or operating machinery. If you have a medical or psychological condition, please consult a medical professional before listening. This session is best enjoyed with headphones in a safe, comfortable place where you will not be disturbed. Now take a breath and let yourself settle into this journey. Let your eyes shut if they have not already, and let the black space behind the lids be enough. The body does not need a perfect mood to begin resting. It only needs a repeated signal. Notice the points of contact beneath you, the weight of the arms, the small release around the jaw, and the ordinary movement of breath. The issue is a wired nervous system, but the body is receiving a different instruction now. Lower the effort, reduce the checking, let the surface beneath you take more of the load. Now guide attention through the body in a practical way, especially for a wired nervous system. Forehead smoother, eyes resting, tongue loose, shoulders dropping, hands quiet, belly moving without instruction, legs heavier than the thoughts above them. The body is already sending the power down signal. Imagine a simple row of switches, not in a particular place, just a clear internal signal. One switch dims the effort in the muscles, one dims the need to plan, one dims the old response to a wired nervous system, one dims the habit of checking whether sleep has arrived, and the final switch lets the deeper system continue without supervision. Nothing dramatic is needed. The switch is already moving. Let that happen slowly. Notice how the body is tired, but the signal is still high. You do not need to argue with it or explain it. The body can receive a simpler message now. The working part is finished, the checking part can step back, and the sleeping part can take over. The nervous system resets to safe in a practical, physical way, as if a row of small lights is going out one by one. Let that happen slowly, a little lower. Follow the simple signal first. The outside world is less relevant now, and the body can stop preparing for the deeper nervous system. Less effort, less analysis. That a wired nervous system is no longer in charge tonight. The shoulders can drop by a few %. The jaw can become less interested in effort. The eyes can rest in the dark behind the lids, or the current can drop. resting now. Left shoulder easier, left hand quieter, left ribs moving slowly. For a wired nervous system, the left half of the body can become the first proof that the current side follows the same path. Does not have to agree before the body begins. Slower and a fraction deeper. Right shoulder unwinds, right hand softens, right side of the face smooths. The two sides do not need effort, they only need permission. That is fine. A thought passing through is not a command. It does not need a meeting, a plan, or a response. It can move across the background while the body practices the power down signal for a wired system. Hears the permission clearly. Safe enough for now, done enough for now, low enough now. This is how high internal voltage begins to lose authority and understands body safety. The dark is simple, the room is ordinary. Nothing about a wired nervous system needs to be solved before the right side of the body can soften. Left side can stop checking the night. The breath checks for you. The surface beneath you checks for you. If mistaking tiredness for danger tries to restart, right side, the left side can answer with heaviness. Nothing useful to do. The useful thing is sleep. The right side can let the wired system power down signal move through the shoulder, arm, hand, hip, knee, and foot. Let the left ear receive this simple idea about a wired nervous system. It does not need to be solved before sleep. It only needs the body to send a clearer message than the old pattern. Less effort now, less supervision. Let the right ear hear the same message in a different way for a wired nervous system. The mind can keep a few dim thoughts in the distance while the body moves first. You do not have to finish thinking in order to begin drifting away from high between a real task and high internal voltage. A real task can wait for daylight. This is only night noise, and night noise can lose importance while the breath becomes slower, heavier, and less interested in mistaking tiredness for danger. Feel the surface underneath you taking more responsibility for a wired nervous system. The bed or chair holds the weight, the room asks less from you, and the space behind the eyes becomes plain and uneventful. Nothing needs fixing before sleep starts. If the mind checks again, answer with sensation rather than explanation. Loosen the tongue, soften the fingers, Let the belly move. These signals are more useful than another argument with mistaking tiredness for danger, because the body speaks sleep more directly than words. There is no need to monitor the process of a wired nervous system. Sleep comes more easily when it is not being inspected. Let attention step back from the center, as if the working part of the mind has walked away from a desk with the lamp turned low. Stop measuring whether sleep is near enough. Measuring keeps high internal voltage interested. Instead, let this be ordinary: a dark room, a supported body, a slower breath, and the permission to be boringly safe while the current can drop. Whatever felt loud at the start can move to the edge now. It does not need to disappear dramatically. It can become less vivid, less sharp, less worth following, while a wired nervous system turns into breath, weight, warmth, and slow downward movement. The old pattern may have practiced mistaking tiredness for danger, but a practiced pattern can still stand down, not by force, by repetition. Breath after breath, the same quiet instruction arrives: finished for now, safe enough for now, lower now, and power down signal now. Let the next exhale draw a line between the day and this moment. The day stays there, the body stays here. You do not need to replay, rehearse, repair, or predict. For a wired nervous system, the night needs less management, not more. That permission can spread through the nervous system. Forehead smooth, throat easy, chest less guarded, stomach quieter, legs remembering how to be heavy. Each place that softens proves the wired current is already dropping. If a small wave of wakefulness appears, include it without making it important. It is only a passing signal inside a system already moving downward. You can let high internal voltage pass unnamed, unanswered, and unmeasured. The mind may ask for one more reason to stay involved, but the body does not need one. The body can sleep before every question is answered. The body can sleep while the last fragments of high internal voltage fade by themselves. Let attention become less exact around a wired nervous system. Edges blur. Time becomes less useful. These words can arrive without needing to be tracked. Some part of you can hear enough and ignore enough at the same time. You are not behind. You are not failing at sleep. You are training the system that a wired nervous system can soften when the signal is clear and repeated. You are allowed to become heavy, slow, dull, and deeply uninterested. Now the breath can take a little more of the work. In, the body gathers only what it needs. Out, the body releases what it no longer has to hold. The out-breath knows how to make high internal voltage less convincing. There is a useful kind of boredom here for a wired nervous system, not frustration, just the plain absence of anything urgent. Let the words become familiar enough to stop needing attention, familiar enough to become background, background enough to disappear. If a thought appears, let it remain unfinished. Night is allowed to contain unfinished things. The deeper mind can place high internal voltage on a shelf and leave it there until daylight, when the body has been restored. A part of the mind may still wait for proof, let the proof be small. The jaw is easier, the hands are quieter, the eyes are resting deeper in the dark. Small proof is enough for the next small drop away from mistaking tiredness for danger. Let the center of attention move lower in the body, away from the forehead, away from the screen of thoughts, down into the chest, belly, hips and legs, where sleep has always been more believable than high internal voltage. You do not need to remember these words. You do not need to help them work. The pattern for a wired nervous system is simple. Notice, release, drift, forget. Notice, release, drift, forget. Each round gives the body more authority. Let the final active part of the day become quiet enough to leave alone. Nothing is being lost by resting. The body restores while the mind stops interfering. The deeper system knows what to do when mistaking tiredness for danger is left in peace. To stop being available to mistaking tiredness for danger. You are allowed to be slow, dull, heavy, and quiet. has wanted from the beginning, down, inward, and away from effort. Any remaining thought can become a soft shape in another room. It may be there somewhere, but it is not needed here. The door can stay closed, the handle can stay untouched, your attention can stay with breath, weight, and the wired system power down signal. Let sleep be something that happens underneath you rather than something you chase in front of you, under the words, under the breathing, under the last small effort to keep control. The deeper layer is already opening beneath a wired nervous system. Soon there is only the simple rhythm, supported breathing, heavier, quieter, supported breathing, heavier, quieter. The words can thin out now, and the body can keep following the wired system power down signal without conscious help. If you hear nothing else, let this be enough. There is nothing useful for you to do right now. No problem is improved by staying tense. No thought becomes wiser by keeping you awake. Rest is the useful answer to a wired nervous nervous system. So let the last edge soften. Let the next breath be slower than it needs to be. Let the room fall away. Let a wired nervous system become distant, harmless and unimportant, while sleep becomes the nearest thing. And if the mind tries to restart, the body can answer first. Heavy hands, loose jaw, warm chest, slow breath. That is the answer to high internal voltage now. That is the way down. That is enough. The suggestion becomes quieter and more physical for a wired nervous system. The forehead does not need to hold the day. The eyes do not need to search the dark. The jaw does not need to rehearse another sentence. The body can take the power down signal for a wired system deeper. Last few traces of high internal voltage become softer at the edges. A thought can be here without being followed. It can fade without being pushed. It can lose importance simply because the body has chosen a lower rhythm. is nothing left to prove to a wired nervous system, no perfect moment to wait for, no final mental task that has to be completed before rest is allowed. The deeper mind can continue from here while the conscious mind gets less involved. Is finished for now. The nervous system finds safe because the signal has been repeated in the body, not just understood by the mind. You are safe enough to sleep. You are allowed to be unavailable to the old pattern. You are becoming heavier, quieter, and less interested in waking thought. Let the words fade into the background while the body continues towards sleep.